How's it going, YouTube? I'm Landon and welcome back to another most amazing top 10 video. A lot of people believe that they have a doppelganger. For me, I'm not too sure if I do. I'm pretty unique and I have this really big nose that I don't think anyone else has. But in reality, the odds of you finding someone that looks almost identical to you is like 1 in a trillion. But people have beaten the odds. So let's take a look here at the top 10 people who look like twins but are actually strangers. Starting off this list, number 10, we have these blonde beauties. A woman met her Swedish doppelganger for the first time and they look so much alike that even her dad can't tell them apart. These two girls met each other on a website that actually links people to identical strangers. A little bit weird of a website, but it seems to work. They were so stunned when they finally met each other in Dublin, Ireland, because they were blown away at how similar the physical features are in real life. The website is called twinstrangers.com for any of you guys who want to take a look at it. I might link it down below if you guys are interested in finding your long lost strange twin out there. Two bearded lads comes into this list at number 9. A man met his twin after boarding a flight and he found him sitting in his seat. The two of them couldn't believe their eyes. They have very similar physical features and beards. They honestly look like they could be related. They took a selfie and that was it until they both coincidentally checked into the same hotel in Galway and then they both ended up at the same pub later that night. I mean, this is just too weird. Not only they look the same, they're also thinking the same. Alright, next up, number 8, we have social media doppelganger. A woman desperately wanted to find her doppelganger, so she turned to the internet for some help. It's almost like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But she was so determined to find her twin, so she posted blogs, made YouTube videos, and even started her own hashtag. A mutual friend got in touch with her and said that he used to work with someone who looks identical to you. So the two of them finally met and she finally found her doppelganger. I mean, congrats. Twin students comes in at number 7. Two college students have been calling themselves twin strangers after they both met while trying to attend college in Germany. These two girls said that they didn't know each other before they met, but both of them were reportedly told by friends that they looked alike. They both came to Germany alone, but they said things got better once they met each other. And when they posted this picture onto Facebook, it went absolutely viral. These long lost twins makes its way onto this list at number 6. Seriously, these two girls look like they were born as twins but separated at birth. Take a look at this picture right here. It's hard to believe that they aren't even related. They're strangers. Apparently they both have sisters, but they look nothing like them. They discovered that they only live 1 hour away from each other, and since meeting in person, they now talk on Facebook constantly. They become besties. Bestie twinsies. Moving into number 5 with twin Instagram. This is Amanda Fisher and this is her twin doppelganger that her friend found on Instagram. She tried reaching out to her but didn't have any luck, so she posted this picture onto the internet asking others to help track down her twin. Thousands of people responded to this picture, and after a few days, an Imager user recognized the other woman and gave Amanda Fisher her personal Facebook page. They both were initially shocked, but they hope to meet each other in person someday. The woman who looks like identical twins but are actually 10 years apart makes its way onto this list at number 4. Judging by this picture, you think that these two women are identical twins, but they are actually complete strangers. They found each other on the Twin Strangers website and they decided to meet in person. When they saw each other face to face, they were blown away instantly. How is this even possible? It's actually pretty scary. I'm not sure if this is real life right now, guys. I mean, you're finding your twin online? And now at number 3 are twin neighbors. I mean, this is just insane. These two men look almost identical and they have lived parallel lives for years until they finally met after a coincidental encounter on a trip. When these two doppelgangers finally bumped into each other, they discovered that they both had attended the same college, they both worked as religious teachers. I mean, this is so crazy. There's so much similarities. You know what? I wonder if they ever tried to like fool their wives, like swap lives but not actually sleep with them, just to see if they would realize, like, whoa, wait, what the heck, who are you? Number 2 brings us to the hair dye twins. A girl miraculously found her doppelganger while searching through Amazon hair dye reviews. She stumbled across a picture of a girl who looked almost exactly like herself. I guess that's pretty convenient too, because she could see what this color dye would look like on her. She actually reached out to this person and they both discovered that they actually dress alike and share a lot of the same interests. This is just so creepy. The woman with several doppelgangers makes it onto this list at number 1. I wonder if this should be called like a triple ganger or like a quadruple doppelganger. I'm not sure if you have like more than one person that looks like you. Well, this right here is 17-year-old Santana Gutierrez. She met her first doppelganger at the mall and she posted this picture onto her social media. Afterwards, her post got retweeted thousands of times, and then somebody else tweeted this picture of her friend who looks a lot like Santana as well. Very soon after that, another photo emerged of a different person who shared similar facial features to her as well. Well, that is just incredible. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys very soon in a brand new one.